The autumn wind brings a pirate ship that frolics across the sea, that both common man and superfan ride upon with glee. It sets its sails on Sunday with a stool upon its mast, and that sounds the ring of the internet's king and a bristling black mustache. The autumn wind brings outlaws, misunderstood and feared, and blow for blow they'll vanquish foes while drinking down their tears. The world amazed, all singing praise with Casey Smith upon the stage. Dave and Dan, Dan and Dave.
Really? Ain't nobody care about Dan and Dave. It's prime time, baby.
Welcome to the Pro Football Show presented by the Chevy Silverado, the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. We are back in New York. Deion, Dan, Dave. Week 8 of NFL football, guys. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling rather lovely.
Yeah?
Yeah, and they know why.
Deion's going to have a bad week this week. I'm saying it right
Why would you
now.
proclaim that against me, man?
Because
Why would you just
I
say that?
think this is one of those weeks. This is a great week, by the way. This is one of those weeks where you'll see a lot of underdogs. You don't pick underdogs. Deion's going to have a bad
And
week.
Deion has amnesia, which all great players do. But, I mean, to me, your week last week sucked by the embarrassment because you made a fool out of yourself on the
How did I
podcast
do
show.
that?
Because I said my best pick of the week was Washington, and you went on a soliloquy about how Dallas was going to kill them.
True.
So that's what people remember.
You're the only one picked.
True.
Yeah, but I picked, but you went so hard against it.
Everybody in America did.
Well,
You're the only one picked that game. I'm proud of you for that.
When
But
you-
imagine if the
look at these
Seahawks had
records,
done
yeah.
what they needed to do.
Well, I
the
had the
Cowboys
Seahawks.
and the Patriots.
Yeah, but
I would
you
have been
can't.
undefeated.
Yeah, but Deion, you can't say like Seahawks. Okay, they came close. Imagine if the Cowboys and Patriots did. Both those teams got killed.
But Deion did go 11-3 last week.
I always go
Dan
11-3.
went 10-4, and Dave, you went 9-5.
You
So
did better.
Yeah, but these individuals, again, we Deion and I put our reputations on the line on that Dallas-Washington game.
Oh, it was that game.
I didn't know my reputation was coming.
We have the clip.
No,
I mean,
it was a reputation.
You got to stop.
That-
You gotta
No, it
That
was.
was a reputation.
It was because Dave
you
said
gotta
I
let him
went
get on the
Mondo.
motorcycle by himself
Dave
sometime.
said I went Mondo, and I was like, whoa. And you said, that's a bad bet.
You did.
I thought it was.
You said Dallas is going to win huge.
I thought they would.
They lost huge.
Yeah.
Dallas is going to win this game. They're going to be dominant in this game.
They are an
Reputation
embarrassment.
game.
That was a reputation game.
Check my Instagram, and I did some huge things. I talked about that. I'm sick of them. I'm sick of them.
Well, it's easy after you saw
sick
what
of-
happened.
You're going to
what
have a
happened
bad
before.
week this week.
I'm not.
Yep.
What makes you think that, Dan?
Because there's some tough games, and there are a bunch of underdogs I think that can win, and Deion doesn't pick underdogs.
Hey,
So I've done the math in my head. I should get extra credit. Make sure that Logan, when you do all this, add an extra win to my tally if Deion has a bad week, because that's my best bet of the week. Deion having a bad
And you
week.
can't be like, imagine if the Cowboys and Patriots, that's like in the 85 Super Bowl. Like,
What
imagine
I'm
if the
saying,
Patriots
I
just
was
beat the Bears.
already dominant, but all I'm saying, if they were to get those games, I'd have been more dominant.
Bad week coming.
Bad week had.
Bad week coming.
If he has a good week, does he get an extra win?
No.
How am I
No.
11-3?
If he has a
You
good
said I
week,
had a
I'm just
bad
going to
week.
pretend I never said it.
We had a reputation game.
I got escorts to the third, not escorts. I got
Clarify.
Yeah, police escorts to the airport to get me in safely because my picks are so wanted.
Let me tell you this. We had a reputation game every couple.
We did not have a
every
reputation.
few weeks.
You didn't tell me that was a reputation game that we had.
Couldn't have been clear. I hope they put the clip in.
They're going to be dominant in this game.
I'm not just saying I was hard. I'm like Washington was my pick of the week.
I didn't know that was a reputation
It was
game.
mano-y-mano.
Yeah.
No, I didn't
Yeah.
know that was
Oh,
a
yeah.
reputation
Did
game.
you say reputation?
No,
game?
No,
didn't say
that's not how it works.
Well, I
It's
was just
like,
curious.
If someone has a really hey, this is what I'm putting all my money
My
on.
biggest play
And
of the
then you
week,
say
my
that's
strongest
stupid?
play is Washington. He comes out and says it's stupid. Dallas is
I did
going to
not say
kill
stupid.
them.
I
That's
would
a
never call you
reputation
stupid.
game.
I would never
So
call
the
you
pick
that.
was stupid, probably.
No, I didn't
You
say
said it
stupid.
in your words.
I don't think I said stupid. I
What
would never
you-
call
oh.
another man stupid. Just because he's 9-5, He has to have something to cling on to, and he's clinging on to that.
He's lashing out.
I'm
It's not lashing out.
Well, at Deion, maybe. I don't know. I mean, but if you said it was your biggest play,
I'm finding the clip.
Big Cat, you got to get out of that motorcycle seat on the side.
I'm not.
And
I'm
let
just
him
calling it
ride
how
his
it is.
Harley by himself.
It's a reputation game.
It's
That
not
was
a reputation.
absolutely a
I had
reputation.
no idea it was a reputation game.
Well,
Tell me next time.
All right, fine. We'll find another reputation game this week. Perfect. We'll do another one.
Dallas is going to win this game. They're going to be dominant in this game.
Dominant.
Dallas is going to win this game.
What? I didn't call you stupid, though. You said I was calling
But
you
you
stupid.
That's
said
an
it was
edited
dominant.
clip.
I thought they were going to be dominant. They were playing against
They
Washington.
got dominated.
They did.
That was a reputational shift.
You got to let me know when it's a
Well,
reputation.
but I
didn't know there's a
Well,
reputation.
you jumped into the ring. It's like I didn't ask you. I'm like, I like Washington. Next thing I knew, we were squaring off like
You
rock and
cannot
sock and
claim
robots.
that as a reputation game.
You jumped in the ring.
Let's go to the storyline games of the week. We're going to talk Pittsburgh Steelers at the Baltimore Ravens. The Steelers, the only undefeated team left in the league. And Deion, you have been standing by the Ravens this year. You love your guy, Lamar Jackson. What do you think is going to happen on Sunday?
First of all, let me get to Big Ben. Big Ben has been playing his butt off. They won last week in spite of Big Ben. He didn't play his best. But this defense of the Pittsburgh Steelers is unbelievable. But also the defense of the Baltimore Ravens is unbelievable. I feel as though the Ravens are more equipped to stop Big Ben than the Pittsburgh Steelers are more equipped to stop Lamar. So I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens at home, which represents, and I'm not a point guy, but it represents a touchdown to me.
Okay.
Never heard that.
It does.
7 points.
Wrong.
No crowd.
And
Wrong pick. There's your first wrong pick.
So
I win every week.
Week coming.
I disagree with a lot of what Deion said. I agree with some of it. I think Baltimore's defense is very good in the strength of the team. I think Pittsburgh has a good defense. I think the Baltimore offense has been horrific this year. I think the stats don't tell the story because the defense is so good they keep getting the ball. I think Pittsburgh is a far more complete team. Now, these two teams always play tough. It's a rivalry game. I expect this one to be close. And Pittsburgh's still undefeated. Last time Baltimore played a big game, they got their doors blown off. I think that will motivate them again. But I'm still sticking with Pittsburgh. I can't, that offense of Baltimore, I just hate it. I'm going to take the Steelers.
Dan?
I'm taking the Steelers as well. The only thing that gives me pause is Harbaugh off a bye. But if you watch that Titans-Steelers game, the Steelers dominated that
They did.
game. They kind of let them in it. They kind of took their foot off the gas. I think the Steelers are very equipped to face this Baltimore team because they can stop the run. And I just don't trust until Lamar Jackson wins a game, like coming from behind or having to throw it 40 times. I just won't trust that aspect of the Ravens' offense. It's just not all the way there. He doesn't have great weapons too. That's not all on him. And his offensive line hasn't been great. So it's not all on Lamar Jackson. It's more just a comment on the Ravens as a whole. They're not a passing team.
They just picked up Dez Bryant too, by the way.
I mean, I could guard Dez Bryant right now.
That's not right.
I mean, it's not right, but it is right. But it is right.
If Baltimore can't run the football, Lamar Jackson won't have success. I don't think they're going to be able to run the football.
And Deion, do you think that Dez, I mean, you talked about him last week. You think that this is like a good thing that it's happening?
I think it's a great
Is
thing.
he going to play tight end?
That's not fair. I think that's a great thing. The reason they bring in a guy like Dez is, first of all, his attitude, his energy, and he has something to prove. And they need someone that can win on the backside or move a chain or two. That's what they need. A couple more first downs a game could pretty much
Why
put
didn't
both
anyone
to
else,
touchdown.
Like, have interest in him?
He's slow.
He's like
really slow.
Anquan Bolden when they were
Really slow. No, Anquan Bolden.
He moved chains.
No.
He moved chains.
Yeah,
that's all they need. Move chains.
If Dez Bryant can
You only
play
run,
tight end, I actually
you
like
only
this.
run 140 in your life,
Okay.
and that's at the comeback. You never have to run it again.
I
You never have to run it again.
seen some highlight tapes.
No, you seen him work out.
If I were Dez Bryant, I would not have released him because he was like, "Look at me, I still got it," and I was like,
what?
"Wait, what? What are we?"
I'm gonna tell you something. You're very accurate.
Yes, exactly.
You're very accurate.
I saw
No.
one
His
specific
workout.
one
No, his workout
where he
tape.
was like, "I'm ready to be signed," and I
Yeah.
was like, Was that in slow-mo?
No.
What was going on?
You know why? Because
Accidental leak?
no, he wasn't picking up his feet when he was
Yeah,
running.
right.
That's
okay.
important.
Yeah.
It's the end of the
No,
world.
you're right.
When you're running, that's important.
It didn't look good. I know exactly what
Yes,
you're talking about.
yes.
You're very accurate.
So maybe he proved me wrong. There we go. Des, I'm a hater, so now he, proved me wrong.
He's gonna move chains.
All right, let's get to the New England Patriots at the Buffalo
Yes.
Bills. And Dave, I know you had some quotes this week to TMZ. You've moved on from the Patriots, right? You don't think this is a real season?
I'm rooting for them. I had quotes to TMZ that I felt were accurate, that we're in a pandemic and people
Yes.
are dying.
Well, that
and
is
if we're
true.
going to concentrate on
that's accurate.
Those are
Correct.
Those are
facts.
accurate. Those are facts.
Yes,
Correct.
those are facts.
How does that relate to football? I don't know.
Well, it
but
just
those are
relates
facts.
to humanity. So I'm more concerned on moving forward as a people than I am necessarily on who wins week to week.
It had nothing to do with
abandoned
facts.
No, I'm still rooting for him, and I'm going to take him in this game, but who knows? I've never watched this team in a pandemic year, and this is one of the craziest years, 2020, I think, in any of our lifetimes.
I would say so,
And
yes.
the Patriots not being good is just part of the madness.
So them getting shellacked by San Francisco has nothing
I
to do
love
with
that word selection.
Shellacked, yeah. That's what happened.
No, it confirms that
Wow.
we are in a topsy-turvy world.
So what about the team that shellacked them? They're in the same world.
Correct.
Yeah. So what's
Right.
going on with them?
Well, up is down and down is up. We're in, have you ever seen
Stranger Things,
We're
the
in
upside
No, I
down.
never seen Stranger
We're in
Things.
the upside down.
I've seen some strange things, but
Well,
not Stranger Things.
I'm seeing strange things now, and we are in a parallel universe.
The upside down world.
Correct.
Okay, so you taking the Patriots against the Bills,
Correct.
but you also like Josh Allen too.
I'm a big Josh Allen fan.
Okay. And what about your guy Cam?
Well,
He got benched in the third quarter.
he did, and he looked terrible. And again, there's a lot of things we don't know about COVID. I'm seeing research that you have like a foggy brain for like 2 years after you get COVID.
You need to stop. COVID has nothing to do with Cam's performance.
How do
you
you
got
know?
to stop.
You
gotta stop.
Well, there's only one thing that happened. He looked great in the beginning. He got COVID, and now he sucks.
So Tennessee.
What happened?
Tennessee looked great in the second half. When did COVID kick in for them? Because they've been down for
Cam
what?
Newton, if you're doing a chart, it's like great, COVID, horrible. People don't know COVID.
What about game plan? You really.
Well, you can't study a game
no.
plan if you have a foggy
I think
brain.
they've studied their game plan with Cam and say this is the way we stop this little mess.
All right, Deion,
with
I'll
the
grant
Patriots.
it. That could be an answer. But so could the fact he has foggy brain and can't think or throw or see. We don't know.
You don't believe what you're saying.
He did say it has nothing to do with COVID.
Well, he's a trooper.
No, it has nothing to do with COVID. Cam Newton
How do you
was
know?
not.
Thank
because
you.
He wasn't.
Hey, thank you.
He had one good game against the Seahawks defense that stinks.
No, he had 2 good games.
Passing?
He played all around good
Passing?
football. He did everything.
He has 2 touchdowns, 7
I don't
picks.
know if he's had good games besides the Seahawks.
I had him as the MVP.
passing the ball.
He has 2
then he got
touchdowns and
Here's
7 picks.
all I'm going to
Oh, he
say.
got COVID.
This is though we need to harness what Dave is saying for good.
Okay.
Dave is going to go to any lengths to make sure that
The
he
Patriots
squirms out of this season. So coronavirus is on notice because Dave's going to find out things about coronavirus. Coronavirus doesn't even know. Like he is.
He is.
He's going to start reading.
proud of
He's
you.
got the fog brain thing. Like coronavirus, there's going to be a lot of
You
new
know,
things. that
it's a
come
known
up.
fact that when I start reading, people are in trouble.
Yes.
You don't want
And
me
I know
reading.
he's
It is a
reading
known
about
fact.
this.
I start reading, I start getting information.
He starts researching.
Don't even know
COVID,
where it's
right.
coming from. But I start cobbling together stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
So watch out.
But people are making it sound like I'm fucking Alex Jones. I mean,
If the-
Corona's
if-
out here.
If the Patriots
Corona
lose
has nothing
if the
to do with
Patriots-
Cam.
Listen, if the Patriots lose the next like 3 games, we'll have a vaccine for this guy.
how can
So
you,
far.
how can you say it has nothing to? I mean, honestly, you sound
So,
like Tim.
so how did Gilmore play? I think he played pretty good, didn't
It affects everybody differently.
he? Okay.
I've had it twice.
Do you think
You have COVID twice?
Twice.
Beat it twice.
He's beat us with
Twice.
You are something.
Yeah.
We need to get
But
whatever.
I was foggy brain.
That's man
We
child
need to
drama.
give whatever you're doing to America.
that'll happen if the Patriots keep?
Yes.
That'll happen.
That will absolutely.
Dan, what do you think is going to happen between the Patriots and the Bills?
All right, so I took the Patriots plus 3.5 on advisors. I'll take the Bills outright.
You're a good man.
Now, actually, you know what? I'm going to take the Patriots because I do think this is their season. This is their season.
This is the Patriot season.
If they don't win this game, it's a wrap.
Oh, you saying it that way?
It's a wrap.
It's their season. It's
It's
over.
an absolute wrap.
I agree with
So
that.
I think this is going to be the best effort that you get. Everything, game plan, everything thrown at this game. So I'll stick with the Patriots.
Dion?
I've been riding the Buffalo Bills wagon even before I knew these guys. And I'm going to keep on riding this thing. I predicted the Bills to win this division outright and to be dominant in this division. I love what Josh Allen is doing with this team. I love what Stephon Diggs is turning into a premier real receiver, a number one option in the NFL. And defensively, if they stay astute, and it's not hard to stop the Patriots whatsoever, they're going to win this thing outright. I love the Bills in this game.
And before we move on from this game, there are rumors also that Stephon Gilmore might be getting traded. Dave, what do you think about that?
He put his house on the market, right?
His
What,
house
guy
is for
can't
sale.
sell his fucking house?
It's like, who did that?
That's emotional.
Carlos Dunlap, after the Bengals lost, he put his house on market on Twitter. He was like,
I saw that.
Can I have a backstory? Because the guy just don't, why would you say he's going to be traded? Is that a rumor?
Well, in New England, if you put your house on the market, immediately.
that's everywhere. That's every sport.
Yeah, every sport. But he
And
apparently put his house
all
on the
rumors
market
start
recently.
with real estate.
Listen, it's a buyer's market, a seller's market. He's probably just being astute.
Yeah, what if he found something else?
Correct.
could be
Thank
true.
you, Deion.
Yeah.
The thing about the Patriots, for them to be successful, they need a dominant corner. Like in their glory years and their winning years, they've always
You mean the
had.
last 2 decades?
Now, Revis, that's the way to hold on to the thread that you have to hang on
Well,
to.
you said in their dominant years, so I'm just
that's
asking the last 2
this way.
decades.
They had Revis as well as Ty Law, and here comes this kid right now, and he's pretty darn good, Gilmore. So they need a dominant corner to sustain who they are.
So
I don't
you
know
don't
who
think
they
they're
are
gonna
right
trade him?
now, but no, I wouldn't. That would be a dumb trade.
All right, let's go to the 49ers at the Seahawks. Dan, do you think that this is the best division in football right now, the NFC
Yeah,
West?
it's not even close. All 4 teams can make the playoffs, with the 7 teams making playoffs now. This is gonna be a great game. I think I picked the 49ers +3. You talked me into that, Dave.
Yeah, I did.
I'll take the Seahawks straight up, though. This seems like a 2 or a 1 point game. It really
agree.
does. Like these teams always. Last year they played to essentially 2 ties, because remember they played overtimes. Niners won, and then in Seattle that game to end the season where the Niners got stopped at the goal line to get the 1 seed. So, or no, it was the other way. No, Seattle got stopped at the goal line for the 1 seed. Yeah, these 2 teams are as even could be.
Dave, what do you think?
I agree with everything Dan said. I'll take the Seahawks, but I took the Niners on visors. I think it comes down to the last 2 minutes in a very close game, coin flip game. But I'll take Seahawks.
Dion?
I'm taking the 49ers. I love these guys taking the Seahawks.
Wrong.
The last 2 weeks in a row, the Rams and beating New England, those are very, very impressive wins. It's almost like, even though they're hampered with injuries, the San Francisco 49ers, their defense looks like it's back. They were so dominant a week ago, and they were so dominant the week prior to this. It's hard not to pick them. Ever since Garoppolo had the benching / it wasn't a benching, he stood up, and he's making the right decisions. I like this team going into Seattle.
And Kyle Shanahan is an incredible coach. I mean, what he does with the run, it's the same as his dad. They just have like undrafted free agents.
They also, somehow
backs.
their running backs are just faster than everyone.
They're faster than everyone, and then they get hurt more than everyone.
Zone
and
blocking
then he
is
just gets another one in.
It looks like they're shot out of
It's
a cannon.
crazy.
They've had a lot of injuries, but they seem to bounce back. But Dan, you bought the 49ers low earlier in the season. So.
Yes. I'd like them after that Dolphins game. I liked them when they played Sunday Night Football against the Rams. Kyle Shanahan, there are certain coaches in the NFL where even if they get a bunch of injuries, I think they'll be able to scheme up something that will keep them competitive, and he's definitely in that category.
And Russell Wilson had a couple of turnovers last week.
Bad
But no-
turnovers.
Yeah, but no worries with him, right?
No worries, but those were really bad turnovers for a guy of his caliber. Really bad turnovers.
All right, let's go to #Truth, brought to you by the Chevy Silverado. In football, you want players who can tackle anything, and the same is true in trucks. The Chevy Silverado was designed to help you tackle your to-do list and look good doing it. Whether you're taking on a big move or the ultimate tailgate, Chevy is ready with the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. So Dan, let's start with you. You said last week that the Bears would win the NFC North.
That was bad.
They didn't look good on Monday night.
That's bad. I got a little ahead of myself. My truth this week, though, is that Deion Sanders owes me an apology.
Oh.
For
Someone now, listen. I'm rooting for everyone to get healthy. I'm rooting for no injuries in the NFL.
I know
But
I know where we're going.
if I were to point out that a certain Baker Mayfield started the game 0 for 5.
Oh my
Odell got hurt, which that sucks. I love watching Odell. I want him to get healthy. But then Baker went 22 for 23, 5 touchdowns. The one incompletion was a spike. Deion, you always say that it's Baker, not OBJ. So what's going on there? How do you explain that?
Let's stay tuned.
Let's find out what happened
That's a
there.
good way to spin it.
Let's
Okay,
stay tuned.
all right.
I'm going to bust the send button on my phone this Sunday.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if the reverse had happened, if Baker Mayfield had gotten hurt, and who's their backup?
It don't even matter.
Case Keenum came in and lit it up with OBJ, you
He's
wouldn't
the
be saying
backup.
the same thing to me?
I like what he did. I'm proud of Baker.
Okay,
I
so
really am.
apology
I
accepted.
want
Thank
him
you,
to win.
Deion.
I really do.
No, you don't.
I don't want a guy to be garbage. You
Yeah,
think
you
I
do.
want? No, I don't.
Yeah,
I
you
want Baker because if he wins, my guys get the ball, and everybody's happy.
So you are apologizing to Dan? Or?
Yes,
No, I'm
yeah,
not
I was an
apologizing.
apology. Thank
I'm
you.
not apologizing.
Apology accepted.
And Dave, you said that you think benching Fitzpatrick's the wrong move. You don't like Tua. We'll see how that plays out. You're still thinking
I
that?
think Miami was going to in good shot, assuming that we can't get over COVID, to win the AFC East. So I don't think it's going to be a smooth transition to Tua. I don't believe that. I still stick with that. They obviously didn't play, right?
Right, they had a bye week,
right.
right? So we'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
so we'll see. I'll stick with that. I also, if we're doing an apologies, Bo Jackson's like one of my favorite athletes of
Yeah.
all time. I would have liked just to say hello to him. Would have been nice.
You should. I didn't know that.
What? Well, I didn't know that you had him until it was after. I had a Bo Knows poster of the works in my.
I got you.
Okay.
He's actually coming down.
Is he?
In the piece, he said, "Look, I get paid a lot of money to go do speaking engagements. For you, Prime, I will come and talk to your team for free." He said, "Just fly me there.
I want to meet.
You're there.
Done.
You're there."
Do you see he was on? They gave you no credit really, but
21st and Prime, yeah.
They gave it none on. Pardon the interruption, on ESPN. They talked about it.
Isn't that policy that you give?
They just said
They don't
said
like-
he told Deion, but
They
they
don't
didn't
like
say
you guys?
anything about the podcast.
It was like you guys were just talking on the phone?
correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
So who they don't like? Just cut to the chase. They don't like you or you?
It's yeah.
No, they probably don't.
No, it's one of
They
you.
probably don't
It's
like
one of
all
you
of
guys.
us.
Anything with Barstool, they don't
It's
like.
Dave, but I would also.
I'm not well liked.
I don't think they
I like you. That's what counts.
love crediting us when we
Yeah,
get stuff.
but I don't think it was intentional. But they did have that as a subject line that he said he'd run for 450 yards a game or
350 to
something.
400, yeah.
He said he would. He was dead serious too.
All right, Deion, you said last week that you think Trevor Lawrence will either hold out or stay in college if the Jets or the Jacksonville Jags.
And I'm
first
saying
pick.
that we didn't get credit for that either.
Yeah, he hinted at that, right?
Didn't that go all over the country this week?
Yeah.
Didn't Trevor Lawrence
Yeah,
speak on that?
that's true.
Yeah.
So
What'd
we
he say?
we didn't get credit on that.
What'd he say?
He said he's
said
going to
we'll
weigh
see.
his options. We'll see.
Going back
Yeah.
another year.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
apologize to you for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
I said it on the
Back to
dime
me?
package
No.
too. I was on your side. I
Apologize
said it
back
on the
to me,
podcast.
Bigger man.
I've
All right.
never thrown
I'm
a
a bigger
boomerang
man.
in my life.
I'm
Not
bigger
coming
man.
back.
Do you have a new truth this week? Or are you sticking with that one?
No, the truth that I have this week is when Antonio Brown touched the field, Tom Brady will end up being the MVP of our prestigious National Football League.
Ooh.
That's my truth.
What did you think about Bruce Arians saying that Tom had nothing to do with that?
That was, oh, please.
That was the dumbest.
Bruce Arians.
I mean, I've been going on. I
When
know.
Bruce
I've been
Arians
going.
said that he has no interest in Antonio Brown, that assured you that he was coming. So I've been dialoguing with him, and I knew that was one of the final three. It was Green Bay, Houston, as well as Seattle. Now, Russell was throwing an olive branch to try to get him there because Russell really needs another guy outside, and it would be unbelievable if he was there. But I don't think Antonio wanted and desired to go away to Seattle to play football in no man's land. And he's right there in the state of Florida where he's comfortable with, and Tom is his guy.
Right.
He stayed in Tom's home
Yeah.
before he messed it up.
That's why it makes no sense that Bruce said Tom had nothing to do with it.
Come on.
It was all Tom.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, Bruce Arians just likes talking.
He just wants to say that he has control, which
Yeah.
clearly was not his decision.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, so we've been waiting for this for a couple weeks, Deion. You met with Stu Feiner this morning.
You know what? Everything you guys said
Yeah, I tried to keep
was
you.
accurate.
Yeah, tried to keep you
Like,
away.
the half hadn't been told.
No.
Like, I didn't really believe you until it went down.
We wouldn't lie to you about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you wasn't emphatic.
Yes.
I'm as emphatic as I can be regarding Stu Feiner.
I told you I would, if you wanted, I would make sure that you never had to be in the same room with him. You were like, no, I want to be in the same room.
Because I'm a people guy. I'm a people's
Right,
guy.
right.
I had no idea.
No, he's crazy.
No
He's
idea.
a lot.
Crazy.
And so the two of you were in the same room with Caleb
I love
moderating the debate. So let's roll the tape.
Welcome to the 2020 Flatness Debate. Today we will be debating whether or not the most entertaining athlete of all time, Deion Sanders, is even entertaining at all. Debating on the side of this guy's flat, we have Stu the Source Feiner. Debating on the side of I'm not flat. We have Deion, formerly Prime Time, now just Prime Sanders. Ooh, we are now entering into the debate portion of today's debate. We are debating today the statement that Stu Feiner made, Deion is Flat Stanley.
He's flat. Deion Sanders is like Flat Stanley.
Now, what I want to do is I want to give each debater 90 seconds to state their case. I'm going to call it in the air. Tails. It's heads. Deion, you want to start us off?
I will let Stu start us off because I'm that
We're going to have to
type of
reflip
guy.
for that. Heads. Tails. Deion, you want to start us off?
I'll let Stu start us off.
You call it.
Heads.
Yep, heads.
First of all, my position on Deion is this, okay? And let me explain something extremely, perfectly clear. Deion's ball! When you're talking Deion Sanders, the bar is beyond Jesus, beyond Moses, beyond the moon, beyond the universe, beyond the galaxy. So when I watch Deion, I want to be like this. I want to be like, oh my God, this is Deion Sanders. Now, when I watch him on the NFL show, here's what I do.
Deion, you want to have a chance of rebuttal there?
Yes, I will. This is the first time I've ever been in a debate and I've seen an opponent become red.
Red. I got it.
When I woke up this morning in this strange hotel that you all put me in for this prestigious debate, before my feet hit the ground, I heard hand claps because I was up. Before I got in the shower, I heard the water yell and scream. I'm about to get Prime wet because I'm Prime. When I walked into the car and my driver opened the door, he chuckled and had me on live because he wanted a multitude of people to know that he got Prime. See, Stu, what I'm trying to say is I am who I am. And I don't need all of that you employ.
Gentlemen, we are now moving into the stand your ground part of the debate, where I'm going to go hands off for a minute and I'm going to see what happens.
Okay, first of all, I am not Jerry Rice, okay? Let's say that right now, okay? I'm not Michael Irvin, okay? And I'm not the referees that allowed you to have cause penalties on every single play. Every play, all you did is grab people. You threw them to the ground. You were energizing. You got in people's faces. Now I watch you on TV and you pontificate about, I don't need to perform because I'm Deion. I'm not looking for your reputation. I'm looking for you to start from the bottom and raise your game. Don't live on your past laurels. Everyone knows who you are. Everyone knows you're the greatest ever. But when we watch that NFL show...
Are you okay?
I don't know. We'll see.
Stu.
Yes! Yes, Caleb!
The final portion of our...
Yes!
The final portion of our...
Yes!
The final
Yes!
portion of today's debate is going to be proposed solutions. How can we move forward on the same team and all be better? Deion, why don't you start us off?
Stu, I proposed to the dignitaries of this prestigious institution that we work together, Dan and Dave, as well as Erica. But the problem was I didn't have on a bulletproof vest because they shot me down. They said, you don't know Stu. I said, well, tell me more. They say, you really don't know Stu. You don't want to do that. I say, I could work with anybody. They say, no, you don't want to do that with Stu. So I propose that we work together, we unite. You understand what we're dealing with in our country? So we need to come together as one. And they said, no, not with Stu. So that's an indictment on who you are, not who I am.
So just for clarification, your idea, Deion, to move forward is that Stu's a bad person?
No.
That he should be indicted?
No.
I have a good lawyer. If I'm getting indicted,
Stu.
someone will be in Alaska.
Hey, Stu.
Stu, you're not
It ain't
indicted.
your turn, brother.
Sorry.
Deion, just for clarification, if you could wrap up what your proposed solution is in one sentence.
That we sit betwixt one another in saying in harmony, ebony and ivory.
I think that's fair, and it at least sounded good. Stu, what is your proposed solution moving forward to make this situation right, and so we don't have to sit right back here and do this all again?
Thank you.
When I come in this place, okay, I'm not here to compete. I'm here to take over. So when I look Portnoy in the eye, I'm like, I want your job. I want your pizza review. I want your money. I could do unboxing. I could day trade. I could run the whole place. So, what Dave is scared of, what Dan is shaking in his boots about, because the wind blows and Dan's scared. Erica knows this. You and me together. What do we need Dave for? What do we need Dan for? $1 trillion company.
Not Dan and Dave.
No, we don't need them.
Prime and Stu.
Absolutely. I love you. I love you. I love. Why does he smell good? He smells
New cologne
good.
I'm wearing, Cole.
He smells like prime.
Black man.
Prime. Oh, I love you. That's my proposal. We don't need Dan. We don't need Dave. We need Erica.
Thank you so much. I think we've learned a lot today, and I think there's also points where I don't think people didn't know what was going on.
You got a football, by the way? Because I think if you throw me a button hook, I can catch it. There's nothing you can do. You know why? Because I'm up to your knee. What are you gonna do? I turn around, you come at me and I button hook.
We was just together.
We are together.
15 seconds
I want to run a button hook on you. Because I haven't grown since 7th grade.
Don't call it that anymore.
I know, but I'm still living in 7th grade. Button hook.
Don't leave me. Don't leave me.
I don't need anything. I don't need Dave. Dan. I need Erica.
So, Deion, do you think you won the debate between you and Stu?
Yes. Yeah, but I think we came to a median.
Yeah? You guys gonna be
flipped
friends
it.
now?
He flipped the whole thing because he wanted you guys out and he and I in, and he said,
Yeah, he wants to take over every show.
That's what he said.
Right.
And he said the thing that he needed was not you guys, he just needed Erica.
Well, Deion, and I say this dead serious, I'm not going to give away your salary or anything. He thinks he should be paid more than we paid you. Dead serious.
Yeah, no, I know.
Like we had
He does.
words over. It's like, are you crazy?
Why
Over
didn't you
his
tell me
specific
that
salary?
before?
Yeah. No, he's a madman.
We saved his
Well,
life.
yes, but
We saved his life. He's like, it's like rescued dog.
You're also
we
now
like,
his
we
best
have
friend.
like a little,
Like
we
forever.
rescued a
whether you
dog
like
off
it or
the
not.
street, and he should just be happy that he's got like a nice warm place to sleep and a bowl of food every morning.
But see, I love Stu because Stu's very good to me. But if you guys rescued him, why does he want you out?
Well, he's
Because a rescued dog, he just starts biting, and we got to train him a little bit better.
But this is Stu Finer on my phone. Notice.
I'm blocking you.
Just have him blocked.
Oh, of course he's blocked.
I love him, but he is a handful. That's why he's Stu Finer. That's why he's the source. He's a handful.
He did.
I thought he was going to pass out.
I don't have 20 hours a day to
Yes.
deal with Stu, and if
No.
I didn't unblock him,
He's the
that's what it
source.
would be.
He did say he might get my face tattooed on him, though. Did you see that somebody
That's
got
also
my,
a possibility.
Yeah.
I saw
Anything
somebody got my face tattooed on him, so he said he's going to do it too. So I love Stu.
Stu can do anything. He is, and I mean that not like Stu could be, like Stu is
He's
just
the ultimate
crazy.
wild card.
Yeah, right. He will do anything.
No.
He is.
But you guys are best friends now.
Yeah, and you know the thing I love about Stu, there's a lot of things. Stu love. He rolled up with his kids, man. I like it.
He's a heart of gold. I've always
I like
said it.
it. Oh, he
Stu
means
Finer's
well.
a crazy man, but I absolutely
He does. He does. He means yes.
he means
Yes.
well.
Yes.
No, he does.
He does.
absolutely
He
means
does.
well.
No, the perfect Stu Finer to like encapsulate who Stu Finer is. He was asking to see pictures of my son, and he's like, "Why don't you text me?" I was like, "Stu, I don't trust you with pictures of my son, but I would trust Stu to watch my son. So like in real life, he's actually like, I would actually trust him as a babysitter of my son. I would not trust him to like have anything
on his phone.
Yeah, or just in general, like he'll fucking, next thing you know, my son will be on a fucking poster board in Times Square with his head on top of it.
It's so true.
Like that's what he would
perfect.
do. So that's Stu Feiner.
Oh my God.
All love Stu. Let's get to the Ain't Nobody Care Game of the Week, sponsored by Pepsi. This football season, prepare your taste buds for the most iconic sports watching drink of all time. Pepsi, with refreshing deliciousness, specially formulated to keep your eye on the ball and mouth-watering fizziness. Pepsi has everything you need to power you through game day. Pepsi is made for football watching. Dan, Tampa Bay versus the Giants.
Yeah, Monday Night Football, a bad one. The Giants are very, very bad. This one can get out of hand very quickly, but I'm very excited for who we have because, Deion, do you care about this game?
I care about Tom Brady.
But you don't care about the game.
Whatsoever.
Not whatsoever, but I have two people that will make you care about this game. One of them you actually might know. He might be on your coaching staff.
Barstool is looking for the biggest Bucks fan in the world. They didn't have to look very far.
Why should you give a shit about this game? I'll tell you why you should give a shit about this game. Because the New York Football Giants are in a playoff hunt at 1-6.
I'm Stephen Che of Barstool Sports, and I'm the biggest Bucks fan in the world.
This is Joe Ruback, super fan of the New York Giants, better known as License Plate Guy. I wear a string of plates, about 100 plates to every single Giant game. I've been to every home game for the past, 45 years. I've been to every home and away game for the past 20 years, till this bullshit COVID hit.
Let me tell you why you should care about this game of the week. Greatest quarterback of all time, Tom Brady.
Brady? He sucks! What do you think, the Buccaneers all of a sudden are in the playoff hunt? You don't win a Super Bowl? Ain't gonna happen, baby.
We got Gronk, who doesn't love him? Touchdown in 2 straight games.
The Giants at 1-6 and 0-2 Super Bowl Brady is gonna come in here versus the Giants? We got this shit. You know, Deion, I've been doing a lot of thinking of why you should watch this game. You can't not watch this game. You're prime time and it's Monday Night Football. You not watching it prime time? My ass, that doesn't happen. And you know what? Take a look at all of these cleats. You see these cleats? Now maybe Deion Sanders is not going to be on here because you know what? I wouldn't put a Cowboy on here. But you know, all this talk about tanking for Lawrence, I'm not buying it. How about shit for Shador? Shador Sanders, right here one day. You know why? Because he wants to play for Big Blue. Go Giants!
He threw my kid in there. He threw my kid in there. That's epic. He's the number 1 seed.
That one was incredible.
He's
the fact
good.
that he's got a second man cave, the new man cave.
I feel like you could just kind of shut the lights or leave the camera running on Steve Che. He'd still be there, just reeling off stats.
He was throwing in real stats.
Empty
Stephen Che
camera.
throwing in real
Yeah.
stats.
He would be going to his all 22, be like, well, if you want to see Tristan Wirfs, he's actually been a lot better than people think.
And you did hire Stephen Che.
Yes.
Yep.
Deal. That's all right. Deal.
So did Dave, staff, right?
Yeah, you're part of the staff. You may not see it on paper, but you're part of the staff. He's my trick player.
When are you going to run us play?
I can't run it this week because I've been traveling like crazy. I got to implement it, and we got a bye week next week, so I could
Okay.
install a couple of.
I really hope it fails.
So
I do. I mean, I'm being
mean?
told. No, because
Why?
Stephen Che is my guy, but if Stephen Che, he can't have too many things go well at the same exact time.
So he
Like,
can't
the Bucks are
handle-
good.
Right.
So you're saying he can't handle success?
Cannot handle success. He becomes
know a lot of
very
people like
arrogant.
He does.
But he doesn't even know he's arrogant. That's the thing.
it's the condescending arrogance that he doesn't mean.
Right, so
he doesn't mean it.
He's got the Bucks. The Bucks are awesome. If he becomes a coach too, it's just gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot to handle.
He's great though. He's
great.
good. So when you look
Yeah,
at this,
I love him. He's the
yeah.
best, but it's gonna be a lot.
The Giants guy was the best so far.
Yes.
Oh, that was
By
electric. So when you look at this game though, the Bucks at the Giants, Deion, what do you think?
I don't think.
Yeah.
I'm going with Tom Brady. That's it. I don't think about the Giants. They're horrible.
Bucks.
Yep. Bucks.
Across the
easy.
board.
Easy.
All right, let's get to the rapid fire games of the week presented by Rocket Mortgage. Adjust your monthly payment, down payment, and closing costs in real time. When you need a personalized home loan playbook, Rocket can, the official mortgage provider of the NFL. Let's start with the Rams at the Dolphins. The Dolphins starting Tua Tagovailoa for the first time. Deion, what do you think?
Aaron Donald's going to say hi at least 3 times to Tua. I'm praying for Tua, but the Rams are on a roll right now.
Dave, I know that you said last week, fuck Tua, so.
Well, yeah, now I can't take the Dolphins based on the stance that I've taken. If Fitzmagic is playing, I would. He's not. I'll go with the Rams.
Dan?
I'm going to take the Rams too. I want to take the Dolphins, but I'm worried about that offensive line. It's still not good, and Aaron Donald is very, very good.
Do you think Tua will play well? I know the offensive line is not great,
I think Tua. I've liked Tua. I've always thought he was good, so I think he will be good.
But the Rams will win.
Yes.
Okay, let's go to the Jets at the Chiefs. Dave?
Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Chiefs cross the board. That one's easy.
Jets are horrible, man.
I mean, they're
the
so
Jets
bad.
may go 0-6.
This is like the best versus the worst. So.
Let's go the
Which means you kind of have to take the Jets.
I know.
Well, 19 and a half.
That's
it's
a lot.
Crazy.
Right.
Vikings at the Packers. Dan?
The Packers have lost 6 straight times after daylight savings, but I'm still going to take them. But
What a stat.
that's just a
That's a
stat.
stat.
Get this stuff.
That's a
Is that a
stat.
chia stat?
That's a real stat. No, that's not a chia stat.
It's a real stat.
That's a real stat.
Okay, Deion, what do you think?
I'm definitely going with the Pack.
Okay, Dave?
Yeah, I mean, the Vikings stink.
Yeah.
This will be Aaron Rodgers back to smiley Aaron Rodgers. I'll take the Packers.
Let's go Colts at the Lions. Deion?
This is a tough one. I'm trying to remember what I took in my primetime picks,
It's all right. You flip-flop a lot.
but I dominate. You know what? I'm going to go with the Lions at home.
Shit.
I'm going with the Lions at home.
No, it's the right pick. That's the right pick.
Dave?
I'll take the Colts.
Dan, the
I
Lions?
have the Lions. I think the Lions are going to go, if you look at their schedule, my prediction is the Lions will be 5-5 or better going into Thanksgiving Day game against the Texans. So people are going to be like, ooh, look at the Lions. Here they come.
You're horrible.
No, they're not. They're 3-3, Deion.
That's horrible.
actually not horrible.
That's not
3-3.
good.
3-3 is not.
It's not good. It's
average.
not bad.
Right.
Right in the middle. The Raiders at the Browns without Odell. Deion?
I'm going with the Raiders. I think they're a
Shit.
very balanced team.
Deion's actually doing well this
And
week.
I'm not picking his guy.
I'm not either.
Why are you not picking your
I think
guy?
the Raiders are going to win this game.
I'm taking Cleveland based on them taking the Raiders.
Here
You're
we
just doing
go.
whatever they don't
There
do.
we go.
Why do you do this to yourself?
I'm
That's
not doing
perfect.
that right now. I'm in last, so I'm trying
Yes.
to make a little move here. So
That's
when
why
you guys
I switch
agree,
it up,
and I
yeah.
kind of like. I think maybe Odell's gone. The pressure, the uncomfortableness in the huddle. I got to throw it to Odell, or he's going to yell at me and beat up a kicking net on the sideline. We can just concentrate on spreading the football and get in the end zone instead of making this prima donna happy. May help the Browns' offense.
There you go.
Well, a great receiver is not a prima donna, by the way.
That's true.
Let's go Titans at
Troy
Bengals.
Brown.
Oh.
Great receiver, I said.
Troy Brown
was
was
good.
a great.
Kevin White.
No, Troy was good. Troy wasn't great. He was good. Kevin who?
White. First round pick.
Who is that?
First round pick.
Who is that?
What are you talking about? Kevin White.
Who is that?
Okay. Learn football.
Titans at Bengals, Dave.
Don't do it.
Titans.
Ooh.
There you go, Dan.
I kind of want to do the Bengals. I'll do Titans, guys.
Titans.
The Bengals are fucking frisky, man. They're frisky. Every game.
They
they're
haven't
in.
been frisky though against good teams,
Yeah, but they're frisky.
No, they're not.
All right.
and that defense is going to sack Burrows like 10 times.
Let's go Chargers at the Broncos, Dan.
It's a good game. Be careful, guys.
Ugh.
It's going to be a really good game, guys.
2-4 versus 2-4.
It's going to be a really good game, guys.
Okay. What do you mean?
I'm going to go with the Denver Broncos.
What do you mean by really good game?
It's
Like exciting to watch?
no, not that good, but
Close?
the naked eye would say the Chargers. The naked eye would say the Chargers. Because Herbert's been balling. And you rarely hear anything from the Broncos. But you really got to look deep within this thing. This is going to be a really good game. I think it'll go down to the last.
So you're just saying it's going to be a close game. I don't know why you're so infatuated with this game.
No, I'm not.
These are super exciting.
But I got because these are the games.
An empty stadium with
these
this gold team.
These are the games. It's a nobody care game, but these are the games that puts me in the winner circles. These are the games that I usually win every week.
Okay. So this is
is this the reputation game?
Mark me down for the opposite of whatever he does.
Okay, so this is the reputation game.
Yeah.
You're gonna put it out there like
Yeah, I'm gonna I put it out there.
Okay,
like
so this is the reputation game.
I don't really have that big of an opinion.
At
I
the
want the
Broncos.
Chargers.
Okay. I'll take it.
Wow.
Goes with the favorite.
Well,
I'll
and that
take the
actually,
Broncos.
and you don't like Justin Herbert, so that actually
I don't.
works.
That's a bad pick.
Why don't you like Justin Herbert?
I just don't think he's good. I don't hate him on a personal
He's been
level.
throwing dimes.
Not when I watch. I haven't watched him that closely.
I had the opinion that he wasn't good. I have changed that opinion.
You're a good man sometimes.
I have changed that.
Sometimes you're a really good man.
I mean, the verdict's certainly out on him. I didn't like him in college, so that's why I don't. And when I say don't like, again, I didn't think he was an asshole.
Well, he didn't live up to your hype. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Yes. Correct.
Yeah.
So Logan, make
I
sure you
can
mark
see
that
that.
one down. That's a
I can see
reputation game between Dave and Deion. Let's go to the Saints at the Bears. Dan, I will let you start this one.
Reputation
I think the
game.
Bears are going to win this.
Reputation
game.
game.
I really do.
This is a reputation game.
That's
right here.
fine. I think the
we have
Bears are
double
going to win this
Throwing
game.
around reputation games.
I
like
think
growing
the Bears.
trees now.
I think the Bears are going to win this game. This is the NFL. The rule is always you're never as bad as you were the week before. I think the Bears are going to win this game.
Deion?
This game scares me because of weather.
First time Drew Brees is
No,
playing
because of
outside
what?
this year.
See what I'm saying? Because of weather. It's inclement weather going around the country right now. It's raining right now here. It's supposed to be a storm coming through the southeast. This is tough because if it's inclement weather, I'm picking the Bears. If not, I'm picking the Saints.
It's gonna be, it's gonna be 38 and cloudy. It's gonna be 38 and cloudy.
38 and cloudy. No snow. No rain. No sleet. No nothing.
So Deion,
wind.
It's a reputation game that you won't give a pick for until you know the weather.
I need to know the weather.
Got it.
I need to know the weather.
Got
I
it.
didn't put that together.
I need to know the weather.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
So it's a reputation game based on what the weather is on Sunday.
Based on what the weather is.
So when we toss it to you guys live on Sunday, it'll be a reputation game depending on if it's snowing or not.
You know what? In prime picks, I think I went with the Saints.
39 windy. 39 degrees and windy. You can wait.
And cloudy, but that probably.
We can wait.
You know what? On prime picks, I picked the Saints, but I'm flipping to the Bears.
There we go.
He's got this game every which way till Sunday.
Yeah, till Sunday.
I'm still
Dave?
not convinced whoever accumulates our picks here doesn't just go and look at your prime picks and the picks on this show, and if you're right on one of them, you get it. So
Who is the guy? Come out here.
Logan just told me it's not true.
half the game
Thank you,
is
Logan.
up both sides.
Logan, come and defend yourself.
You're a genius, Deion.
I am.
You
Who
are
did
a
you take
genius.
just now? You talked yourself. Yeah,
I took
Well,
the
you
Bears.
took both teams.
I'm gonna take the
No,
Saints.
on prime pick, I took the
I got
Saints.
the
You took the Saints. I took the Bears.
I got the Saints.
So is this
But
a
on prime picks, you have the Saints.
Yeah,
Correct.
Because it was early this week.
He's got everybody,
It was
and it could
early-
change based on the
So
weather.
you mean to tell me all 100 shows that you guys do, you pick the
Yes,
same team?
Deion, that's
You do
actually-
not pick the
Yeah,
same
I've been
team. I know
saying
he
it,
does. He
Deion.
don't even remember.
No.
I wasn't on these shows. I tell you this: I don't go Saints, Bears, and then asterisk depends on the weather.
Deion, this is what people don't understand about the two of us is that we have to do so many shows so early in the week. We are the world's preeminent handicappers because we have to pick before everyone knows the information.
Correct. Such as
the weather, right?
weather.
So
I shot my picks on a Tuesday, which is early for me. So the weather has you don't think the weather, why do they even give you the weather report if the weather does not have nothing to do with the game?
Just curious, who gets the advantage with the weather?
Who gets the advantage with the weather? The Bears.
Okay, so bad weather, Bears.
Fair weather.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
So
I don't
we'll
know.
see on
I don't
Sunday.
know because
The Saints
gotta
have
have
a
a better running game.
They got to throw the ball though. They got to throw. You know what? Forget y'all. I'm taking the Saints. I'm taking the Saints. Forget y'all.
You're not forgetting,
I'm taking the Saints.
You're not forgetting me.
I'm
on
taking
the
the
Saints.
Oh,
I'm
darn
taking
it.
the Bears.
I have the Bears.
Give me the
so
Bears.
Dan Bears,
I'm
Dave
taking the
Bears.
Saints.
Now I'm
sticking
the
Now,
Bears.
now, just before we move on, just to know, if it snows, are you sticking with the Saints?
You know what? I'm going to stick with the Saints no matter what.
Okay.
Wow.
So on Sunday, you guys
There you
remember
go.
that whenever it updates. All right, let's go to the Sunday night football game. The Dallas Cowboys at the Philadelphia Eagles, which is just awful.
This ain't
Deion,
nobody care.
This game is terrible.
I wish I had my grandma. Say ain't nobody care.
Eagles can go to 3-4-1 take control of the division.
Yeah, and you
the
have to
worst
be
division in
you
football
have to be
history.
worried if you're the Eagles because the Cowboys are coming off a dominant performance against the Washington football team.
What did he say?
Dominant performance.
We're gonna dominate.
And they're going to be dominant in this game.
I don't think that Andy Dalton is playing. I don't know if he's been cleared yet. So it's like Ben DiNucci.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but
it don't.
I like Washington. Oh, you moron. They're going to get dominated.
I never called you that in my life. Let me tell you something. The Cowboys make me sick. The reason they make me sick is you can't blame coaches, man, in the middle of it, at least.
Yeah, you can. If Mike Nolan is sitting trying to do a Zoom and he's got Tabasco sauce in his eye, you can blame the coaches
That has nothing to do with his play
idiots.
calling ability. There's no way you're calling plays where the other teams are averaging 7 yards a carry. It's just stupid. These guys are blaming others, and they're just not. It seems like ever since Dak went down, the leadership went out the door.
I mean, they weren't good when he was healthy.
Well, at least they were scoring.
Yeah.
They were losing, but he was putting
now they can't
500 yards.
Now they can't score.
Yeah. So you're going to take the Eagles.
I'm taking the Eagles by far.
Dave?
Yeah, Eagles. Eagles actually, I think, are head and shoulders above the rest of that division.
Agreed.
Which is sad.
What is that saying?
Dan?
Not much, but
Eagles. Yeah, no, they're going to win the East. I would say by like 2-3 games by the end of the
because they did play Pittsburgh tough, Baltimore tough, and they really should beat the Giants.
And they are going to get some guys healthy soon.
All right, we'll get to the primetime picks in just a second, but for now, we're going to go to the Fantasy Football Factory Minute with the guys on the podcast.
Thanks, guys, and welcome back to the Fantasy Football Factory for the Fantasy Football Minute of the Week.
Roan, you gotta hit me with your motherfucking start of the week.
My motherfucking start of the week is Christian Kirk.
Roan, he's on a bye.
No, friend, I'm talking about the Christian Kirk that's going to be passing all over the Packers just in time for evening mass. But pray tell, dear Nicholas, who are you going to be sitting this week?
You gotta sit those prepubescent, bushless Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Lamar's gonna come out and take a big shit all over.
Oh, big time. But speaking of big number twos passing, Matt Ryan is facing the Panthers, and that's a squad that's had trouble stringing together good drives since they lost CMC. And on the topic of bad drives, Melvin Gordon has 2 fumbles after his return from a DUI suspension, making us wonder, is it time for Phillip Lindsay?
Phillip Lindsay, that's Tiger Woods' job.
Nick, wrong Lindsay, wrong Woods. The right Woods is Robert, who I think will kill the Dolphins like he's trash in the ocean.
While we're on the topic of trash in the ocean, Antonio Brown is back.
Yeah.
Does he have a spot on your team?
Yeah, he's my #1 pickup in my PPJOBUW league.
Your what?
And our sleeper of the week.
Sleeper of the week is Hayden Hurst. Our sleeper of the week is
Hayden Hurst. That's a good one.
Hayden Hurst plays on Thursday. This show comes out on Sunday. Every fucking week, this show comes out on Sunday. You got it wrong every week.
Okay, back to you guys.
I'm going to win this Chevy Silverado.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Let's get to the primetime picks of the week presented by the Chevy Silverado. Here's our strongest pick of the week, brought to you by the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. Last week, Dan, we said that if you go undefeated,
16-0, so I get a bye week at some point.
You do,
right?
And you are right now. You're 7-0 in your own survivor pool because
I'm
everyone
curious
else
how many
is.
survivor pools are still going.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to know.
I'm looking through this. Like, I picked the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Cowboys have 1 win.
Yeah,
I mean, that's pretty damn good.
So, do you want to go first or last?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Eagles. I think the Eagles are
you saw my sheet.
Definitely going to win, and they might, they're not a team you can trust going forward. So this is the problem, though, with the Chevy Silverado Big Cat Challenge, where I win a free Chevy Silverado. By the way, Chevy Silverado, they hit me up. They said they're going to, all the fixins. So all the upgrades inside. That's what they said.
Every
16-0.
Every single upgrade.
Every upgrade you can think of. So now I'm starting to actually pay attention. Before it was just, don't
like that.
Yeah, I know. So I'm going to lose.
Well, I mean, it was over week 1 because they both lost week 1. So now
but I wasn't like actually trying here. I was just being smart, whatever. But now I'm overthinking it, trying to look ahead. Like, should I take the Chiefs this week? No, the Chiefs play the Panthers next. I'm going to lose. I'm saying it right now. The minute you start thinking a little bit too much, you lose.
But if you don't, you might get a Chevy Silverado.
No, I will get a Chevy Silverado if I win, but I will not win. I will lose.
Okay. Dave, you were the only one that lost last week. You had the Patriots.
Yeah, I mean, this is when you've got 3 losses. It's this game's stupid. I'll take the Packers, though.
Okay. And Deion?
I'm going to take, since he took Philly from me and he saw my sheet, I'm going to take Tennessee.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And I love the Silverado as well. I'm a truck guy. Let me
I'll
tell
let
you.
you drive it.
The bells and whistles are unbelievable. But I think if the Chevy Silverado people are really watching, they should want like the overall champion.
Yeah.
They shouldn't want like the prime pick champion. They should want the guy that picks the game.
16-0.
They should want the guy that picks all the games
So
right.
did we officially have 2 reputation games this week or 1?
Well, I think it's only 1. Because,
Chargers, Broncos.
Yeah, Chargers, Broncos.
Broncos.
Deion flip-flops so many times.
Correct.
I do not know who.
Right, and he still has the weather.
My stuff is documented though.
The Bears-Saints game, you just twisted us around, and we're doing.
You're like one of the.
Why do they put the weather in the forecast for the game? Because the weather matters, right?
Yeah.
What? Why do teams have domes?
Yeah.
Right.
Because the weather matters.
But it's Thursday. We can get there. I mean, Deion, it's like with that game was like a presidential debate where you need the fact checker just sitting there with like everything Deion's saying to get on the right side. It's documented, but you create this cloud of confusion where no one knows where they're coming and going with some of your games.
Right.
Well,
you have us spun around so much that we're like, all right, we'll just give him credit for it.
yeah, well, this is Thursday, so we're going to toss it to you guys on Sunday with the live updates, and maybe Deion will flip-flop depending on the weather. Take it away.